Have you ever wondered what the world really looks like through your cat's eyes? Cats' vision is completely different from ours, so they experience the world in a way that doesn't match how we do. What colors can cats see? Can they judge the exact height of a jump or tell when something is too far away? In this video, we're going to cover every curious feature of feline vision and how you can use that knowledge to strengthen your bond with your cat even more. You'll also learn how to read their emotions just by watching their eyes. And some of these discoveries will completely change the way you see your own cats. But first, we need to answer the first question. Can cats see colors? Cats' vision is far from being only black and white. They do see color, but not the same colors we see. A type of cell called a cone, located in the retina, is responsible for color vision. Humans have 3 types of cones, so they're called trichromats. That means we can detect 3 main wavelengths: blue, green, and red. And here's where it gets really interesting. Cats are dichromats. They have cones sensitive to only 2 wavelengths, green and blue. They don't have cones for red. Does that mean cats are colorblind? No. They see colors in the correct ranges, but because their retinas don't detect red, colors look softer and less intense. It's similar to how a person with color vision deficiency sees, but there's an important difference. A person with color vision deficiency often perceives one color as if it were another, for example, seeing red where green should be. Cats don't mix one color up with another. They mainly see a more muted version of the world. But that's not the most surprising part of feline vision. Can cats see in the dark? Probably the most common misunderstanding about cats' vision is the idea that they can see in total darkness. While it's true that your cat has much better night vision than you do, they still can't see in complete absence of light. Cats need about 15% of the amount of light humans need in order to see. That happens because their eyes are built differently and are extremely well adapted for low-light environments. Cats' pupils are vertically slit-shaped and control how much light enters the eye. During the day, they let in less light to prevent damage to the retina. At night, when light is limited, the pupils widen to let in as much light as possible. The slit shape allows the pupil to open much more than a human's round pupil, letting in far more light. Estimates suggest cats' night vision can be 6 to 8 times better than humans. But when there's no light at all, they're just as blind as we are. Why do cats' pupils change shape? If you've ever startled your cat and noticed their pupils quickly go from narrow slits to big circles, you've probably wondered why. Pupils widen and narrow in response to light, but they also react to emotional situations. The iris is controlled by the brain, which decides whether to let in more or less light depending on the environment. However, when the cat feels threatened or irritated, the pupils also widen to allow the greatest possible amount of light in. That gives the cat an advantage to see better what they perceive as an enemy. Why do cats' eyes glow in the dark? Cats have a reflective structure in the retina called the tapetum lucidum. The purpose of this structure is to help the cat see better in low-light environments. At the same time, it reflects light that hits the eye, creating that characteristic glow in the dark. Many animals, including horses, cows, ferrets, and dogs, also have this structure. Humans don't, because our eyes weren't developed to see efficiently at night. Interestingly, different cat breeds show variations in the color of that glow. Most show a greenish reflection, but some, like the Siamese, can show a yellowish glow. This variation is caused by the amount of zinc present in the pigment cells of the tapetum lucidum. In the next point, we'll compare cats' vision with ours. But before that, I'm asking you to give a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This way, besides helping the channel, You'll always know when we post a new video. Thank you. Can cats see far away like we do? Definitely not. Cats don't have the same ability to see at a distance that humans do. What a person with normal vision can see clearly at around about 100 feet away, a cat needs to be at roughly about 20 feet to see with the same level of sharpness. That happens because their vision is less detailed when it comes to distance. Also, cats' eyes don't have the muscles needed to change the shape of the lens the way ours do, which means they also can't easily see fine details of objects that are very close. Feline vision wasn't developed to capture extremely sharp or high-resolution images. It's better adapted to detect movement, notice objects that move quickly, and see in low light. That's why those super detailed toys we sometimes buy might not be as interesting as we imagine. For cats, what really matters is the action. Toys that move or can be chased fit their nature much better and are usually a lot more fun. Can cats see ultraviolet light? Yes. A study conducted in 2014 by City University of London showed that cats can see ultraviolet light, which is invisible to humans. The electromagnetic spectrum ranges from radio waves to X-rays and includes all wavelengths of what's called visible light. However, humans can see only a small portion of that spectrum, between approximately 400 and 750 nanometers. Any wavelength below 400 nanometers is called ultraviolet light, and we can't perceive it. A cat's lens, on the other hand, allows a small amount of that ultraviolet light to be seen. This is part of why they could see so well in low-light environments. How many eyelids do cats have? Cats have 3 eyelids, 2 outer ones, like ours, and a third located between the normal eyelids and the cornea, acting as extra protection for the eyes. This third eyelid also contains a special gland responsible for producing tears. Sometimes you can notice this inner eyelid when the cat is sleeping, but it usually isn't visible. If you can see the third eyelid while the cat is awake, that usually indicates it isn't retracting properly, and maybe a symptom of illness. And finally, we'll talk about something that can simply improve your relationship with your best furry friend. What are your cats saying with their eyes? Cats use body language to communicate how they feel. While it's important to consider the whole behavior, you can learn a lot just by watching the eyes. The slow blink, sometimes called a cat kiss or a feline smile, communicates love and trust. The cat relaxes their eyes, blinks slowly, and keeps a soft gaze to show they trust you. The best response is to slow blink back. Half-closed eyelids indicate the cat is content and relaxed. It can be a sign they're getting sleepy, but some cats also use that look as a form of greeting. In general, that look says they're calm. A steady, intense stare can communicate different things, from asking for attention to warning that they want food. The meaning depends on the context. A firm stare can grab your attention and can also be a sign of aggression. A prolonged, unblinking stare usually indicates the cat is uncomfortable with the situation. In many cases, it's better to avoid staring back and give them space to calm down. Wide-open eyes with dilated pupils indicate excitement and engagement. The eyes look round and almost completely dark because the pupils widen, which is the brain's way of taking in as much visual information as possible. If the pupils suddenly turn into large dark circles, that can be a sign of anxiety or overstimulation. This response happens in stressful situations and indicates the cat has switched into fight or flight mode. If you ignore that signal and keep touching them, you may end up getting scratched. You can avoid this by keeping petting sessions shorter and paying attention to the signals they show. Some cats have sensitive areas where they don't like to be touched, such as the belly or the tail. Touching those spots can trigger an immediate reaction. If your cats frequently have very dilated pupils, it may be important to investigate why they're feeling anxious and rule out possible medical problems. Narrow, slit-shaped pupils indicate the cat is ready to strike. Half-lidded eyes and constricted pupils work as a strong warning signal for prey to stay alert. This pre-combat posture can also happen during play, when the cat is really focused on catching the toy. Now, you should know that many cats hate being picked up, right? And did you know there are things they hate even more? In the video on the screen, we talk about 10 things cats definitely don't like. Do you think you know them? Click the video and stick with me in the incredible world of cats.